Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber. This one says, "Hey, Mr. Locario, what's up? I want to ask, what is the mental state one should have to approach/get a model girl? Also, if there are any basic requirements that a man should have. I guess a lot of guys feel miserable when they see a model chick and they're just sitting there thinking that they can't do shit. Thank you and keep up the good work." All right, so oh man, this is funny to me because it's interesting because the reason why a lot of guys have a hard time getting hot chicks or a model type of girl, quote unquote, or whatever, is because they're putting these women on a pedestal. You understand? See, you're asking me like, hey, is there a certain approach you should have and all this other stuff. Now, when we talking about your mental state or what type of mind state you need to have, and I talked about this, plenty of times, is that you have to think and believe that you can basically get any woman you want. You understand? And I talk about that in my book, How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, which all of you guys should have, right? So basically, your mind state has to be to the point where you're not really looking at women as anything special. You understand what I'm saying? It's just another chick that you're trying to talk to and make something happen with. And then you go to another girl and she's just some other chick you're talking to and making something happen with. Then you see that other girl is just some other chick you're talking to and making something happen with. You understand? Like, when you guys start putting women on pedestals, right? What happens is that when you go up and you approach a girl who you think is really hot or she's some model chick or whatever, right? Then you start to treat her differently than other women. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes if you see a chick who you might think is average looking, right? And you go up to her and you approach her, you talk to her, you flirt with her or whatever, and you're not really that nervous because you're not really, that excited to talk to her. You're like, yeah, she's just some other chick. You understand what I'm saying? So in those situations, sometimes those girls will basically gravitate to you because you're just being cool, calm, and collected. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to take that same cool, calm, and collected energy when you're dealing with that model chick. You understand? Anytime you are putting her on that pedestal, or you're making it seem as if you need to do something extra or different for this girl, that's where you start to mess up on. Because when you start to talk to her and you're interacting with her, you're treating her differently. You're doing, extra shit, or you're just nervous or whatever it is. And you're not being yourself. You're not, being cool, calm, and collected, which is the thing that's going to make women in general, attracted to you. Right. So you're already starting off on the wrong foot by putting her on that pedestal, because then that's going to make you act a certain way. And the way that you act is going to, she's not going to be feeling that because she can tell that you're, nervous, or you're trying to do some extra shit to impress her or whatever it is, because now you've put her on that pedestal. You feel like you have to have her, and you're coming at the interaction with that needy energy. You understand what I'm saying? And so the thing is that you got to understand that these model chicks, or, chicks who are models, or whatever you want to call them or whatever, they're women like any other chick. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't look at it like a chick just because she's a model. She's going to, like, she's from, some other planet or something, like you have to do something more, or you have to go extra hard for her. Like, you don't. You understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of these chicks, they get dudes who, they'll check them out. Dudes will holler at them here and there, whatever. But these chicks are just like any other chicks. They're, insecure. They got issues. They got problems. They got, hopes and dreams like everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? They're a person like anybody else. So you can't really, make it a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like, see, let me use myself for example. Let's flip this. Let's say if you had a chick who is saying this, right? A chick is like, how do I approach a model guy or a guy who's doing this? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I used to model for Polo jeans. You understand? Like, back in the day. So this is like if some chick was like, she saw me and she was like, oh, this model guy. How do I get this model guy? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what type of different thought process do I have because I was modeling that I'm somewhat like, a woman has to come at me differently because I model. It doesn't make any sense. Like, even when I was modeling, most of the girls that I was dating were models. You understand? Because I was around them and then I was fucking with them, and they're just like any other chick. You understand? But the thing is that you have to get it out of your head, thinking that, oh, well, I have to do something different to get with a model. See, all you need to do, at the end of the day, right, is you have to have that mindset and that mind state of thinking you could get, the chicks that you want to get. But also, you have to work on your game just in general. So when you're approaching any woman, model or not, you're on top of your shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to have that, that your game tight regardless. And then when you approach these girls, you just approach these girls like you're approaching any other girl, and then you make it happen. You understand? But again, when we talk about your mind state, and I talked about this before, you have to have that energy of, you can get any chick you want. And again, like I said this before, that doesn't mean you're going to get every chick you holler at, but you have to have the mind state and the mindset that you can get any chick you want. You understand? It has to be that, believable to you, and it has to come from that place within yourself where you have that utmost confidence that you can make this shit happen. You understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of times the reason why people get what they want in life is because they basically have, like a crazy passion to make whatever they want to make happen. You understand? Regardless of, what they, other people are telling them, regardless of what, the rejections they got to go through or whatever, they keep going and they go after what they want. They figure out how they're going to get it and they make it happen. You understand? So if you want to date chicks who are models or, those really super hot girls, you understand? You have to go after them. You have to go and holler at them. You have to interact with them. You have to put yourself around them and talk to them and interact with these chicks, right? And then also, you have to, again, not put them on a pedestal. You have to treat them like any other girl, and then you will start to attract those women. You understand what I'm saying? Because just because a chick is a model, you understand, you don't know her tastes. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know what she's attracted to. You don't know what she's about. You don't know the type of men she likes, and you're not going to know any of that until you actually approach, because you could be that guy she's feeling. You understand what I'm saying? You could be that dude. But again, you have dudes out here who they're thinking, oh, well, I'm not the best looking guy, or I don't have a lot of money, or this and this and that. And if you've been, studying the game, you understand, you would realize that, you don't need all of that shit to actually attract women. You understand? There's a lot of women who are models or who are really hot chicks who are with dudes that you would just be like baffled. You're like, how the fuck did he get her? You understand? And you see that shit all the time. But the reason why he got her is because he actually made that move. He actually went out and hollered at the chick. He went out and did what he had to do. You understand? So, he's not fazed by, oh, this girl is a model chick. He's not putting her on that pedestal. He's not making her special. He's not doing none of that shit. You understand? So you guys got to really get out of that thought process of looking at women like they're, oh my God, she's like super hot. I could never get with her. She's so out of my league. How could I get a girl like that? A girl like that would never want to be with me in a million years. Like that's where your mindset is at, and which is why you're not getting what you want. You understand? You have to flip that shit. You have to go out there and make the shit happen. You understand? And see, this is the problem. This is the shit that's going to happen to most of you guys out there, right? Since you don't believe that you can actually attract really hot women, right? What you're going to do is you're going to try to go out there and you're going to be like, well, let me, try to do it. Some of you are going to try to do it, and then you're going to get rejected by a few girls. And then what you're going to do is you're going to give up. And then you're going to rationalize the situation and say, you see, it's because I'm not that good looking. It's because of that. And that's why I can't get these girls. You understand? But again, it's because, your mindset is, all over the place, thinking that, you can't get chicks like that. You thinking these girls are out of your league. and also you are not working on your game. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you switch your mindset and you start working on your game, you're going to start to see shit happen. You understand? But you have to be able to, keep that going in order to see those results. You feel me? So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you guys have any more questions, make sure you click the link below. Also, make sure you click the link below to get tickets to my seminar, the Bad Boy Seminar. Okay, this is why all of you guys need to come to the Bad Boy Seminar so you can step up your game. So if you're trying to date all these, quote unquote model chicks, you can get that shit popping. You feel me? So that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. Remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Click the link below or go to MrLocario.com to get tickets for the Bad Boy Seminar, which is on March 25th, 2017. Space is limited, so get your tickets today. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.